Hey, hi. Welcome to HNM Technologies online training. First, a massive congratulations for finishing your module 2. You learn loops, conditions, operators, the core logic of programming. Take a moment. That's genuinely impressive. So, we completed module 2 and 1, and now module 3 is very important and where Python gets really powerful. And think about this in all our previous videos we stored one value in a one variable, right? We're just assigning a one value to one variable. But think of it this way: if I have a number of students and number of students to store in a variables, like a variable one equal to student number one, student one, student two, student three, and if I have 1,000 number of students, I need to assign a 1,000 number of variables, right? That's a painful, right? When if I so I show you the what exactly it is. Let me open a VS Code. Yeah, this is our VS Code setup, and now, well, as I said, if I have student one, I need to John and student two, student three, student four. How many students I need to print? Like that n number of if I have a 60 student, I have a 60 variables. I want 60 variables, right? Now we need a way to store multiple values in a one place. That's exactly where data structures are. Now we have a totally four types of data types. One is a list, tuple, set, dictionary. So before think about a list, why list came? Because we have since previously we have data types like integer, float, character. So we work with them, right? Now we have a list. So in general terms, what is a list? List is a collection, right? Any collection. We have a number of collections, mixed data types, or single data type. List is nothing but a collection, right? At Okay, we have a list. And why tuple came? Why set? Why dictionary? And why not other data types didn't came? Why we have only four data types, right? Just think about them. Now, for all these questions, we're going to give answers with the help of this data structures, right? So now the topic is list, basics, and indexing. Here, today we cover what is a list and how to create a list, positive and negative indexing, and third one, slicing of list, and the fourth, modifying list, and the fifth, we're going to work with first one, real world program. Yeah, real world examples of a list or a real world program. So these five topics we're going to cover in this video. So without getting later, start with our first section, which is what is a list, right? A list stores multiple values in a one variable in a square brackets. Instead of this before we student number one, student three, student student five. This we create a list of student student Rohit, Suresh, like this. Students Rohit, Suresh, Ramesh, Sohan, Suresh. We're going to print this students, right? Yeah. See, we have a list of students: Rohit, Suresh, Ramesh, Sohan, Suresh, right? Yeah. No, list can hold any data type. A list can hold any data type, like with list of integers. So list of integers, print numbers. We're going to print numbers, right? And a list of data types, list of floats, like floating point values, right? That and a list of strings, list of booleans, true or false, boolean which is a true or false, and list can hold a list of strings. See, list of strings like hello world, Python programming. This other numbers. Sorry, strings, hello world, Python programming, which is data which is in a single quote, singular, double quotes. That is called strings, right? List can also have mixed data types like that. Yeah, see, integer, string, floating, and boolean value, right? Yeah, a list can have this mixed data types, right? List can also have a list of datas. List of list is a nothing but a nested list. So each inner list is like one student data in a classroom. I have a variable called a classroom variable, and this classroom I have not just in a student names, but I have a student name Rohit, and along with the student name, I have his marks integer 85. Like here, I would like to put in a mixed list. So yeah, I have marks and his grade, right? We can see with 85 marks and grade A, Suresh 90, A plus, Ramesh 80. So this way you can put a list inside a list. This is called a nested list. And we can also represent a list in this way. We just in this with the help of indentation. It just automatically indented right here. Yeah, see the yeah, it seems beautiful, right? Yeah. See output. What is the output here? Here this. Yeah, I'll get this output right there. Yeah, see this. Oh, hit whatever I inside this classroom, the data is I got this. So we use a nested list more in upcoming videos. For now, just know it's possible and a nested list is there in a list. Just know, just remember we have a nested list. Okay. And now some more useful properties are in a list. Like I have marks this, and if I want to know how many marks in this list, like while we see, we can just say five marks is there, five members, five students of marks is there. But I don't know if I have a marks for 1,000 student. I don't know. You can't count now. So in that situations, I can just use bench length of the marks. Right. I'll get the length. Right. See the output. We got what we got. See 5. Output is 5. And in the same way, I can also get a maximum max and also minimum sum, and I can also sort the list. Right. You can reverse the sort. We can see one by one, right? What is the output of this? Yeah, see 5. Length is 5, and if I got a output of this, I got a 95 max 95. What if I print minimum max 75, and I'll print all of this. Yeah, if I print all this, the output is like this. Sum of the marks 425, and sorted marks like in ascending order and the descending order, right? And this count 85, how many times I repeated? One time only. So that's the count, right? This is some usual properties we use in this a list. And now go to this part and just think, just imagine indexing, right? So what is the indexing first of all? Why you use indexing? I have a list. A list is I have a list with a bunch of students. I don't know how many students are present in this list, but what if I want a student, first student or a last student, to get a particular one student who use this indexing. Like we have students like this. Indexing is like yeah. So see, indexing starts from 0 right here. Rohit is 0, 1, 2, and 4, right? So since we already know indexing always starts from 0 in our previous videos we saw, but now if I want a two or a second student, third or a second student, I used to take a index of 1. If I want a third student, I take index number 3, and I don't if I take a index number 3 but I got a position 4, because index number starts from 0, right? Yeah, so keep remember, indexing always starts from 0. Whatever the index position we want, whatever the position we want, we use the index number of 4 or a 3, right? And in the same way, negative indexing also is there. Why negative indexing? Because since we have an indexing, but why negative indexing? As I said, I have I have a list of so many students, but I don't know what is the last index number. Like if I have a 459 students, in this case, I want a last student 459, but another developer in my team, he don't know the where his index is. So in this case, he use -1, but -1 always gives the last index, right? So this is the negative indexing. Now think of it like a seats in a classroom, bro. Seat 0, seat 1, seat 2, and now I'm going to access by indexing for my students list, right? I use this here. I use like both negative and positive indexing here. So I got this my names, student names with help of index number, right? And this is about indexing. What if I have a list inside a list, like a classroom list? how can I access this type of list, right? In this case, I used to store my list like this because and I'm ending with only two students because for better understand. Now, what if I want data for storage? So in this case, we used to indexing print classroom 0 will get a student all the student data. What if I have student name only? In this case, I used to print 0 and 0. So in the here I got a student name only, and 01 got a 1190 I got because there is a 1 indexing inside the list 012, and again in the list 012. This is the way this way of indexing works, right, inside the list. So this is all about indexing, and now going to this slicing, right? We'll see slicing here, slicing of list. Why slicing? With help of indexing, I can get a single student data, right? A student name or a student marks at any one. But what if I want a bunch of students, like top 10 students or a top 3 students, or I want the students from a middle order, right? Like, I got a last 10 students, last 22 students. I want a bunch because from particular point to particular point I want. There we use slicing, right? Indexing using one item, right? But slicing gives you a portion of multiple items at once. Think of this like a syntax for this is very simple. Yeah, see, list. There is a list and start index, stop index, and a step. We'll see what is a step, right? And for this, I use a basic slicing, slicing with marks. I have marks, and I'm going to get a first three marks, right? First three marks. There is my indexing, right? Print 0 gy 0 first first remarks I want first 0 1, right? I got 85 90 and 80 my output. And what if I want my last two marks is 3 4. So I here I didn't give a 4 because if I give 4 I only get only 75, and I give 5 because up to 5, right? Not up to, before 5. I always give a number more than a one number for a desired position, right? Now, and all marks index to end, right? Now we give only start index, but if I didn't give any end index, it give up to the end, right? Right. I'll like that. This is called, we used slicing shortcuts we use called, because giving start index and without you giving end index we'll get a end of the list. And also we have a step, right? Step is like a range, start from one position and stopping, and step like every second item or a third item we are just stepping from one number to another number, like we see every alternate mark if I right. I didn't use start index and end index because my list is very small, so I give this. And even if you give, there's nothing problem, no problem. And 2 I give step index 85, but 90 I didn't get, 80 I got, and 95 got because 1 2 3, these three values I got because step value is 3. If I give step value 3, it jumps to 3 values, right? 85 I'll get, and 90 I won't get, and 80 also I won't get. I only get 75. See the output, right? 85 and 75 because two numbers it's stepped into two values, right? Actually it's stepping is like 3, 85, 90 and 80. This way we use step. We can reverse this list with step 1. I can just simply reverse this list with help of step value -1. Yeah, step is -1. See, 95, 75, 80, 90, 85. I just reverse this list with help of the step value. It's the most famous Python trick using this -1 to reverse the any list in one line. You will use this in an interview and a real projects without any hesitation, and consistently we can use this, right? And we'll go to the next one. which is modifying list elements. How to modify list? Since we know how to add list, accessing the elements in list. Now we're going to modify. And remember our previous video, strings are immutable. Immutable. We can't change them once we create. Lists are mutable. You can change individual items at any after a creation, right? This is called immutability. So lists are immutable. Now I have students list, Rohit, Suresh, Ramesh, Sohan, and Suresh. So duplicate also is there. Two Suresh is two times is appeared. So now I'm going to modifying this students. Like I just want to change this Suresh with another name because I have two duplicates. I'm going to change Suresh to Suresh Kumar. Like student one is a Suresh Kumar, right? See the output of what we get. See the output here. Suresh is changed to Suresh Kumar. Yeah, that's called mutability. We can change list whenever we want, right? And we can add elements to the list in a different ways. We'll see in the next video how to add elements to list, how to delete them, and how to fetch them. Right? There's a list inbuilt methods is there. We'll see. Like we can also see we can also modify with the negative indexing also, right? Um, if I don't want to change this first Suresh name, right? Wherever it is, I want the last one. In this case, I used to -1, right? See the output here now got changed, and the Suresh is there. Suresh is there, and Suresh is the same, but Suresh at the end list. This is my first list, and the modified list Suresh Kumar. See, you see the difference here. And I can also modify this. You don't want Ramesh Sohan. Instead of that, I can change the one name. I replace one name like students to for. We have two names. Instead of that, I can change only one name. Actually, now I'm going to print students. See or changed modify list. Now we have only four names. The Ramesh Sohan is updated to the Arjun, right? So this way we can also modify this list, right? Yeah. Now a quick recap what we done in our list. We you can create a list with the help of with instead of this creating n number of variables, we just create a one variable and assign a n number of values to the list. And we can also create a inbuilt list inside a list called a nested list. And nested list, and we can also have properties like you can get a length of our list and also max numbers. If we have it is a list is a integers max and minimum, and some we can also sort this list with ascending or descending order. And indexing, we have negative positive indexing along together. And with the negative and positive indexing we can access this elements in the list. And what if I want a bunch of students or portion, we use this slicing option. Slicing, we can have a start point and stop point along with a step point to get a alternate, and a step value is there. And we can also modify the list with help of indexing numbers and positive or indexing. So now we have some practice questions. So learning is not just about knowing, so you need to practice with your own hands. Just open your VS Code and do this. I'm going to give you few questions, practical exams. Here I'm going to give question one. The first question is create a list of five city names and print first city using positive indexing, last using negative, and also print three cities or first three or last three, whatever you want, if with the help of slicing. And the second question, um, I'm going to give this list called students. We have students list. And now change Suresh to Suresh and replace second and fourth student with Arjun and Rahul, and print the modified list here. Here I'm going to give some making some hard intermediate level question. So a question is, so take a 5 marks and as the input from users, store them in a list, and print marks, maximum marks and minimum marks, and sum of all, average of all marks. And right now, yeah, That's it for this video. In the next video, we're going to cover list methods and operations. You now understand this list, how to create them, access items by index, slice, and modify elements. List are the most used data structures in all of Python. Everything we build from here to users list. Now, next video, we're going to cover list methods, operations like append, insert, remove, sort, and more. We'll turn our static list into the dynamic, powerful data container. Okay, stay tuned and thank you for choosing HNM Technologies. Happy coding.